In an emergency, seconds count, and the right tools can make all the difference. Are you ready for a medical emergency, no matter where it occurs? Hey guys, it's Jara with Wicked Prepared. Welcome back to the channel. Our goal is to inspire and guide you to stay prepared for anything and everything that may come your way. Emergencies can happen anytime, anywhere, and having the right tools on hand isn't just smart, it's essential. First aid kits are a cornerstone of emergency preparedness, and Jumpmedic first aid kits are the best of the best. In this video, I'm going to check out their hard shell kit, and I'm bringing you along for my first look inside. Now, I do want to start by saying that traditionally, I've never been a huge fan of buying pre-made, pre-filled kits because I find that a lot of the time they're just filled with a bunch of cheap filler, kind of junky components, and the price is jacked way up. And usually I feel like you can do better on your own, filling your own kits, if you have the time and the inclination. But the one thing that impressed me most when I first started looking at the Jumpmedic kits and opened them up and looked inside was that the things I saw inside were the same type of items that I have purchased for myself when I filled my own kits. I also thought about the time and the costs that I have put into compiling these items in the past, and it made me realize that the cost of these kits is really, really reasonable. There is a big difference between a kit that you're going to pick up on Amazon and a kit like the Jumpmedic. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the company a little bit later in the video, but for now, let's get right into the contents. Let's get started. All right, here is the case. This is a nice hard-sided case. Like I mentioned, they've got their logo on one side. There's a first aid emblem right here, so you're going to know what this is. I love that this is a nice compact package. It's going to stand up really nicely on a shelf or tuck into any space you need to keep it. Here's where it opens up. All right, the first thing you're going to notice about this kit, and it's one of the things that I love about these kits, they have a nice itemized list here of everything that's included inside. That's going to be really good for keeping track of what you have, keeping your inventory, knowing what you need to replace. Another thing that I love about these kits is that they usually come with an empty packable mini kit that you can take some items out of the big kit and put it in here if you want to have a little teeny grab and go or something to put in your backpack or your bug out bag or something. Or you could just use this and fill it up with your own supplies. I am not sure if all of the Jumpmedic kits come with a pouch like this, but both of the kits that we have do come with a pouch like this. They're both different. All right, so what do we have inside here? The first thing we see is these two pairs of gloves, like nitrile gloves to protect your hands if you're going to be treating somebody and also protect the person you're treating, especially if there's blood or other bodily fluids. These are going to come in real handy. You've got a medium pair and a large pair so that these can work for anybody who's using this kit. Next, we've got a couple of rolls of gauze here, sterile wrapped up individual rolls of gauze. And then, of course, we also have some tape to use with the gauze. And then here we've got an ACE bandage wrap. Now let's check out a couple of the things back here because these are some of the things that really stand out in these kits as well. First, we've got a flashlight and it comes with the battery. So this can be great for checking like pupil dilation. And it can also be great for treating people in the dark in low light conditions. And next back here, we've got a pair of trauma shears. This is a nice addition to this kit. Just a pair of trauma shears that's got a carabiner on it in case you needed to attach this onto something. And then a 1-inch roll of Coban right here. And then down here along the side, we have got a thermometer, which can be really important for diagnosing as well and monitoring people. So you've got the thermometer with the instructions all included right with it. Next, we've got the wound cleaning pack, which is right here. So this contains a lot of smaller ingredients. Let's see what's inside of here. We have a few tools, which are really awesome. I love all the tools that these kits include. So we've got a pair of medical scissors right here with a protector on the tip. There is a pair of tweezers. And next we have a tube of liquid skin, which is basically kind of like super glue used for wounds. We've got several packets of triple antibiotic ointment here. So this is basically like Neosporin, but in little single doses. A splinter remover. This is something really neat. This is something that you don't always see in kits, a splinter remover. We've got a couple packets of burn gel and a couple of finger cots. And then inside of this, I'm going to keep these right on here because I don't want to touch them a lot kind of and get them germy. But inside of here, there's some steri strips. Got some alcohol prep pads. And then just a whole variety of different sizes of bandages from big to small. So this is a really pretty comprehensive little mini wound treatment kit. So this would be an example of something that you could put inside that separate bag if you just wanted to have a little grab and go kind of boo-boo kit. And then we've got the medication packs. I love these little individual packets of medications for kits like this. These are things, like I said, that I have purchased myself. The ammonia towelettes, these are for like fainting. This is an inhalant for fainting. Let's see if I can tell what all of these medications are, because a lot of these have the generic name. So this is oral pain relief. So this is a like an ointment. So it's like Oragel for toothaches. There's a lip balm. That's a really good addition to this. A lip balm that could also be used as just a skin protectant for anything you needed it for. Some Tylenol. Here we go with the harder ones. Diatame. This says it's for upset stomach, indigestion, heartburn, gas. So this is probably like Pepto-Bismol. Aspirin. We know what aspirin is. That's good for pain. It's also good for things like heart attacks, though. Metameclazine. This is an anti-nausea drug, so that's a good one to have. Some ibuprofen, another pain reliever and anti-inflammatory. Diamode. This is an anti-diarrheal, like Imodium. Chlorofen. I think this is an allergy medication. This says it's for runny nose, sneezing, itchy, watery eyes. And Difen. So this one is like Benadryl, I believe. So a whole variety of different medications. Now these are pretty easy to refill once they're used up, but it's just enough to have for single usage. You can buy refill packs right from Jumpmedic, or you can just buy refill packs on your own and refill them yourself. The good thing about Jumpmedic is that you can get a refill pack that includes a variety of all of the medications. Whereas if you're doing it yourself, often you have to buy the larger packs of all of them. So you might be putting out a lot all at once. And if you don't use these very often, you might end up having them expire and have to get rid of them before you can use them all. So it can be sometimes nice to get a variety pack refill. Next, we've got a Mylar emergency blanket, which is really important to have for things like shock and hypothermia and things like that. An instant cold compress right here. We've got an antiseptic spray for cleaning a lot of wounds. This is actually going to clean quite a few wounds. I love the spray because you're not going to have to worry about getting contamination or anything like that. We've got quite a few gauze pads in here, sterile gauze pads. So these are 4x4 gauze pads. There's 4 of these. And then we've also got 2x2 pads. So there's also 4 of the 2x2. And then we've got a pack of Bleed Stop. This is really good for things that just won't stop bleeding. We have had to use this a few times. And then a couple of transparent waterproof wound dressings. Got a sterile gauze pad, 5x9 absorbent. And down here in the bottom, we've got a couple of splints. So there's a finger splint, and then there is a larger splint for arms, legs, things like that. It's kind of cool that they actually got these printed with their name Jumpmedic on it. And there we have everything from this kit. This is a little bit of a smaller kit than the one that we already have, but it really actually packs a lot of tools and a lot of supplies into this kit. And it really gives the same level of attention to detail that they have in all of their kits at Jumpmedic. This really is a perfect secondary backup kit. You're going to have your main first aid kit, your largest kit in your home, but you also need to have kits in your vehicle. You need to have kits in your bug out bags. You need to have them in all of your recreational areas. If you go camping, you need to have something you take camping. Have a kit that you keep in your RV or your boat if that's something that you do. Depending on where you work, your workplace probably has its own first aid kit, but depending on your needs, you might want or need to have your own there as well. And this kit, because it is in this nice, hard, solid grab and go kit, is going to be really great for a lot of those situations as a backup or secondary kit. One thing I have not figured out, I thought once I got into the bottom of the kit, I would figure out what this little knob was for. It says off and on, and it loosens and tightens. And I can't for the life of me think of what that's for. So if you know, let me know down in the comments. This is a great little kit. Some of the basic specs on this is a water resistant case. You can see that it's got this rubber gasket all around the opening. It's 9.5 by 8 inches this way, and it is 4.5 inches deep. And as it comes fully loaded, it weighs in at only 3.5 pounds. So it's very portable and very stashable. I can think of a lot of places to stash one of these. If you're going to keep one of these in a vehicle, something to keep in mind is that something like this that is solid and has some weight to it can become a projectile in a crash, and it can cause injury. I don't mean to say that this is a heavy kit. Like I mentioned, it's only 3.5 pounds when it's fully loaded, but it is solid, and trust me, you would not want to get hit with this. If you could stash it in your trunk, that is a great option. But nowadays, so many people have open vehicles like SUVs. So if that's the case, you definitely want to make sure that it's secured somehow so it can't go flying through your vehicle. I think this kit has a good range of supplies for the cost, especially when you consider the value of that hard case. I know for a fact that Alex works very hard to make sure the kits that he puts together are the best priced and most inclusive of all the similar kits on the market. And that brings me to the company. I want to tell you a little bit about Jumpmedic. They're a great little company. They're based in Oregon. And these kits are created and packed by a paramedic with over a decade of experience in the field. So he knows what you need in a kit like this. They have free shipping on all orders to the US, and they actually do ship free to Canada with the exception of the Canadian import fees. All their kits are HSA and FSA eligible, and they have a money-back guarantee on these kits as well. And this is just the kind of company that I feel good supporting. A small American business who really values their customers. They're very responsive to messages and inquiries. They have great customer service. In fact, when I reviewed their Pro Gen 2, one of the things I said was the only place I would improve was to add some backpack straps onto it. And I did. I added backpack straps onto it. And he said that that was a great idea and he would look into it for the future. And I was actually just looking on their Instagram account and I saw that the Gen 3 kits coming out in February will have added D-rings for attaching backpack straps, and he has backpack straps as an accessory on the website. So that's just one small example of how responsive this company is. This kit that I showed you today is actually the smallest kit Jumpmedic sells. They have larger and more comprehensive Pro and Elite kits as well, with even more gear and supplies. They also have a build your own kit option. And like I mentioned, they also have refill packs that can work with any of these kits. I've been impressed over and over with the components he packs into these kits at the prices he offers. Because as someone who has put together my own kits in the past, I do know what goes into it in both time and cost. It really comes down to this though. Are you the kind of person who enjoys the process of putting together your own kits? Or maybe you're someone on a tight budget who needs to spread that cost out more over time. Or are you someone who's busy or trying to just prep really quickly who just wants a good quality, one and done solution? Or maybe you're somebody like me who does a little bit of both. If you are in the market for a first aid kit, whether you're just adding one for the first time or you're upgrading your preps, go to the link in the description and check out Jumpmedic and see what they have to offer. We do have a discount code exclusively for our viewers that's good on most, if not all, items for you to use if you do make a purchase. That code is Wicked Prepared, all caps, no spaces. I will put it on the screen here and in the notes below the video as well. While you're there, be sure to check out all the improvements on the Gen 3 kits that are going to be coming in February as well. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, leave me a frog emoji down in the comments and check out this video next to see what's inside one of the Pro kits. I'm Jara with Wicked Prepared. Survive today, thrive tomorrow. We'll see you next time.